Well, thank you for another opportunity to address the World Food Convention. For 3 years in a row, it's always good to be with you. You know, the COVID-19 pandemic has graphically highlighted the vulnerability of our global food systems all around the world. Markets, supply chains have been disrupted. Prices for some food staples have risen sharply, as you well know. And above all, many families, and especially in middle and low income countries, they've been left unable to work and put food on the table due to the lockdowns. It's a very troubling time. Today in 2021, 270 million people are facing acute food insecurity. That means 270 million people are literally marching toward starvation. Around 35 to 40 million people in around 36 to 40 countries literally have famine knocking on the door as we speak. It's serious. And the World Food Program, together with our partners, we're ready to respond. With access and funding, we have the expertise, the experience to get life-saving food assistance to every family at risk, no matter where they are. But to do it, we need $5 billion in 2021 just for those in what we call IPC level 4, those knocking on the door of famine. That's at 35 to 40 million people. That may sound like a lot of money, but the price of doing nothing will be far, far higher and would inevitably be counted in lost lives and destabilization, migration, things like this that you're well aware. As well as addressing the immediate crisis, though, we also need to invest for the long term to tackle the root causes of hunger and malnutrition. And in part, that means strengthening global food systems to make them more resilient and more sustainable. In a world where we produce enough food to feed everyone, nearly 1 billion people suffer from chronic or severe hunger. Unacceptable. And at the same time, 1/3 of the 4 billion tons of food produced globally each year is either lost or wasted. Just imagine how many hungry children we could feed with all of the food that's wasted. It's just not right. We will only succeed in eradicating hunger if we ensure that our global food systems are fit for the 21st century. And that's why at WFP we are working to strengthen food systems so they support healthy diets for everyone, especially the most vulnerable communities. Our work with smallholder farmers is a fantastic example of this approach in action. In developing countries, smallholder farmers produce around 90% of the food consumed, and agriculture employs up to 2/3 of the population. But many people are barely able to scratch a living from the ground. We run post-harvest losses programs, giving farmers storage facilities to ensure their crops don't spoil before they can be sold. We work with farmers' cooperatives, helping them access the agricultural tools and the techniques they need to grow food commercially. And we use our firepower as a major food buyer to create and support local agricultural markets. The good news is that with this kind of approach, hunger is solvable and sustainable food systems are achievable. But we need all hands on deck. New and ambitious partnerships with the private sector, donors, national governments, and NGOs are critical. And innovation and scientific know-how are equally important. We desperately need these game-changing ideas and inventions to help fuel our progress toward zero hunger. This is why we set up our WFP Innovation Accelerator in Munich with the generous support of the German government and the German people. The accelerator works with the private sector and innovative startups to find and scale up great new ideas to tackle food insecurity. Farming projects like H2 Grow Hydroponics, which is enabling people in 10 countries to grow food in harsh climates with zero soil and 90% less water than conventional agriculture. Innovative finance projects like Building Blocks, which uses blockchain technology to reach over 1 million people with digital cash-based transfers, enabling them to buy what they need and also supporting local economies. And technology projects like WFP's Hunger Map, Live, WFP's Hunger Map Live, which uses artificial intelligence to track, predict food insecurity so we're ready to respond effectively when, even before the crisis has hit. These are all fantastic examples of how we can use state-of-the-art science, technology to strengthen global food systems and fight back against famines that are threatening millions of people right now as we speak. It's heartbreaking that today in the 21st century, the hunger still blights the lives of the world's poorest communities. As we look to the future, we must ensure that we plant the seeds for more resilient, more sustainable food systems. And as we build back up after the COVID pandemic, we all need to work together to build back better, build back stronger, so we can finally realize our shared ambition of a future free from hunger.